All right, so welcome everybody to the Illinois ACAC Virtual College Fair this evening. We're glad to have everybody here and we're going to be getting going right now. So thank you for joining us, and just a few housekeeping items for our participants as you are joining. So first, you can use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to be able to type your questions to our presenters at any time. And just a reminder that your camera and your microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you, but you are able to engage by dropping your questions in the Q&A chat below. And again, just a reminder, this is a 6x6 fair this evening. So 6 schools or organizations presenting for 6 minutes each to really share some quick information and some great information with you tonight. So this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded, so it will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Illinois. So I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we're going to first be starting with Jay at the University of Glasgow. So I turn it over to you, Jay.
Okay, I hope everyone can hear me. I hope you guys can see my screen. If the green border is not up, so I'm hoping that you guys see it. My name is Jay Shamlin. I'm with the University of Glasgow, which is located in Glasgow, Scotland, but obviously I don't have a Scottish accent. I am based in Chicago, Illinois. So yes, I went to New Trier. I'm from Illinois, so born and raised. And I want to start off by saying if you scan any of the QR codes in the bottom right-hand corner, you will be able to get on our mailing list. Due to GDPR compliance, you have to opt in the UK. So please go ahead and scan that if you want to find out more information from the University of Glasgow. But without further ado, we are founded in 1451. We're an ancient Scottish university, and we're the 4th oldest English-speaking university in the entire world behind Oxford, Cambridge, and St. Andrews. We have about 33,000 students total from over 140 different countries. And that means that we have about half Scottish students and half international students. So we're only 2% US. So I always ask students when they're going abroad, how American do you want to feel? Do you want to feel like, you'll see 1 every 10 students that are American, or you want to be like the only American on campus? Here we only have about students from North America. Out of that 33,000, about 1,100 are going to be from North America. That includes study abroad, post-grad, and undergrad. We're ranked 57th in the QS World Rankings for the 29th most international university in the entire world. But again, I'm just kind of going to keep bragging about Glasgow, but moving on to Scotland as a country. Scotland was voted the most beautiful country in the world in 2019. This is a picture of one of our famous locks, and it's great because this one is located about 30 minutes outside of Glasgow. And what I love is that many people think of Scotland as, the rolling, lush hills, the picturesque views, which is very true. But again, we are located in Glasgow, which is actually the largest city in Scotland at just under 1 million people. And Glasgow as a country is about 5 million people. So you're in a country where there's pretty much more sheep than there are people, but you're going to be in the largest city. And we are a UNESCO site for music, which means about 150 live music events happen a month pre-COVID. So it could be something as simple as a small string quartet, or it could be something at one of these 2 big venues, the Armadillo or the Hydro. The Hydro is the second, which is the green color building, is the second busiest arena in the entire world. But we're located in Glasgow's West End. So if you're from Chicago, probably like Wicker Park or Logan Square to the Loop, that's the distance, about 15, 20 minutes walking, which is really nice, really easy. My favorite part of Glasgow is the photo on the screen behind us. It is called Ashton Lane. This is about 200 feet behind campus, right behind our geology building. And as you can see, it's pretty much a pedestrian-only street. And it's lined with restaurants, pubs, shops, and just little knickknacks where people really just go and enjoy Glasgow and enjoy just being, so grab a pint with your friends after classes, kind of hang out. It's a great quintessential student hangout on campus. Now, as you can see, great aerial shot of campus, and the first building that probably pops out to you is our main building. It was designed by Sir George in the 1800s. It's just called the main building. In here, we'll have our Adam Smith School for Business. We'll have some of our College of Arts courses, such as psychology, international relations, politics and government, tons of lecture halls and professors' offices, a bookstore, a coffee shop. Basically, what I'm getting at is that you're going to end up going to this building at some point. We have a 13-story library, which is great for studying, but on the 13th floor, we have special collections, which is great for students who really love that history and that research, where we are currently housing some of Shakespeare's manuscripts. But you all spend a lot of time in the Fraser building. Think of this as your one-stop shop. This is the building where, if you have a question, I say you go here first. On the 4th floor will be one of our dining hall options. On the 3rd floor is going to be anything with international student support or visas, so paying for school, anything with papers, checks, money, you name it, like that's the second floor. And then on this, or third floor, and then on the second floor is going to be our gift shop and then also the doctor's office. So again, it's nice that it's all contained. We're in a city, but it's kind of all contained together. Now, subject areas, we have over 500 different program combinations at the University of Glasgow. The only thing that we do not offer is anything under the performing arts, so something with the visual arts, fashion, painting, drawing, acting. You want to go to the Glasgow School of Art, which is about a 10-15 minute walking distance from campus. As you can see here, what the thing about the UK is that there is no doing 2 years of general education requirements. So you'll see here, this student is a physics major, and during the first year in Scotland, we are a 4-year institution. We give you 2 additional areas of study during your first year to kind of test the waters between. After that, year 2, you drop one of those down, and then after year 3 and 4, you just only take one of those majors. So again, it's not 2 years of doing, if you don't like doing art, you don't have to do art for an art requirement. If you want to do math, you don't have to do math. If you come in as a physics major, you're going to take more of the classes involved in your major. In terms of entry requirements, we're looking for at least a 1280 SAT or 27 ACT, and then 2 AP exams of a 4 or above in relevant fields, because again, you apply to your field of study. So if you're going to physics, we would want to see AP Physics, AP Bio, AP Chem, AP Environmental Science, something that's relevant. AP Music Theory is not relevant to AP Physics, right? But then also we are going to be test optional for this incoming class for 2021 and 2022, which means if you were unable to take any of the testing exams, we're going to be looking for at least a 3.5 minimum unweighted GPA, but then we're also want to see some AP level coursework or honors coursework or dual enrollment if you do happen to be doing that as well too. I will say that for some of our majors, for example, like engineering, where we will still want to see AP exams because those are still being offered. Medicine, veterinary medicine, more the selective majors might require that you do take the AP classes. And additional information, tuition starts at about $25,000 a year, and it goes up depending on the program that you choose. We do accept FAFSA, which is another thing that's great. And so any federal loans you get to leave the country, we will take. So subsidized or unsubsidized loans will come. Pell Grant will not come. We do have a merit-based scholarship that's £5,000 a year if you have to score a 5 in the AP exam to be considered for it. And then finally, there are 3 US-based officers. I am your international officer, so please either scan the QR code in the bottom of the screen or take a photo of this. I have my email, and that way if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Terrific, thank you very much. And right now we will turn it over to the University of Stirling.
Thanks, Danielle. Okay, hopefully you can all see that. Well, Jay has done a nice introduction to studying in Scotland. I am from the University of Stirling, I'm Ali, and I'm also from a Scottish university. I think you've got 3 Scottish universities tonight. So let me tell you a bit about Stirling. Well, unlike the University of Glasgow, it's not an ancient university, but we have a history of over 50 years of being a university. We're a medium-sized university with about 14,000 students, and we're very much known for being a sporting university. So we're Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, and last year we were also the UK Sports University of the Year. One of the accolades that we're most proud of is we're in the top 20 of the National Student Survey, the NSS, and this is a survey that takes place every year, and it's students that vote for their teaching, for their student experience, etc. And so being in the top 20 in the UK is high praise indeed. You might be wondering where we are. Well, obviously, Jay's showed you some photos of our beautiful country in Scotland. And where the heart is where Stirling is. So it's very centrally located. It's about 25 minutes away from Glasgow and about 40 minutes away from Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland. However, a lot of people don't realise this, but Stirling actually was the ancient capital of Scotland. So if you're wanting to come over to Scotland and go exploring, it's easily accessible to other cities in Scotland, but also the Highlands of Scotland. So if you want to go and search for the Loch Ness Monster, then it's not that far. This is our beautiful campus. It's 330 acres, and it's very Scottish, I have to say. We've got our very own golf course on the campus. Right in the centre of the picture, you can see our own loch that we have, which is the Scottish word for lake. And we also have a castle on campus as well, so you can't get any more Scottish than that. Everything is self-contained. It's about 10 minutes from the city centre of Stirling, but you've got absolutely everything that you would need on the campus, and very much a community feel as well. We've got over 2,000 student halls. We've got our own dentist, our own doctor, our own pharmacy, as well as a range of restaurants, delis, and we also have an on-site cinema, as well as all our fantastic sports facilities, which you would expect being Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence. Like Jay says, in Scotland it tends to be 4-year degrees, so it's something that you're going to be very familiar with in the US. And we have an ultra flexible curriculum at Stirling, so you can actually go cross faculty. We've got 5 faculties represented. Arts and Humanities has things like English, politics, history, film and media, journalism. Then we've got health and health sciences and sports, so paramedic science, nursing, and sports courses, as you would expect. Natural sciences has environmental science, marine biology, computing, mathematics. And social sciences has criminology, sociology, psychology, and last but not least, Stirling Management School has everything from economics to marketing to human resource management. In terms of entry requirements, we are now fully test optional. It started with the pandemic, but we haven't put an end date on that, so we're now test optional. However, if you have sat a test, that's the sort of scores that we're looking for, with around 3 in your GPA. We will need an academic reference and a personal statement as well, which is an essay about why you make an ideal candidate. But we do have 3 different options in terms of applying. So we've got UCAS, we would accept UCAS, which is the system that you would apply to for all UK universities. We also accept the Common App at Stirling, and we have a direct application as well. So it's super easy. In terms of scholarships, we've got a wide range of scholarships for North American students. And as you would expect, we've got a wide range of sports scholarships as well as academic excellence scholarships as well. In terms of funding, we've got a lot of different part-time jobs available on campus. You can be a student ambassador, but like with all the restaurants, delis, shops that we have on campus, there's plentiful part-time job opportunities. We also accept the FAFSA and Sally May as well. So if anybody wants more information on that, then happy to get in touch with me. I've got some contact details at the end. In terms of tuition fees, slightly more for lab-based subjects, you're looking between £15,000 and £17,000 a year, but Stirling is consistently ranked one of the least expensive cities to live in the whole of the UK, so very low living costs. In terms of accommodation, it's all single rooms, so you don't need to share your room. What I would say is in Stirling, we don't have meal plans. You would share kitchens, so if you haven't mastered any recipes, now's the time to do that. But we've got fantastic facilities and something to cater for all budgets, and all first years are guaranteed accommodation as well. I'm going to pass over to the next person, but that's another QR code for you. If you're interested in Stirling, please use that, or there's my email address. Please get in touch, and remember to pop any questions into the Q&A tonight. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Ali. And now we'll hear from the University of Nottingham.
Hi, thank you, Danielle. I will try and share my screen now, and hopefully this will work. Let's see. Okay, apologies. For some reason, I can't see any of the Zoom links at all.
No problem. Emma, would you like us to the next one and we can come back? Or do
Is
you
that okay? Sorry.
want, not a problem at all.
Sorry
All right,
about
so
that.
not a problem. We're going to come back to the University of Nottingham in just,
Thank you.
but right now we will turn it over to Shannon for the University of Strathclyde, Scotland. Thank you very much.
Hi there, I'm Shannon from Strathclyde. Strathclyde is located in Glasgow, Scotland. So like the University of Glasgow, who was on earlier, we are the third largest city in the UK and the largest city in Scotland, but only about 45 minutes to Edinburgh, the capital city in Scotland. Really friendly city. Honestly, you couldn't meet more friendly people than in Glasgow. The only problem is that once they start speaking, they never stop. So we love to chat in Glasgow for sure. Excellent public transport links throughout the city, but it is really a typical European city in that the best way to get around is on foot. And then there's lots of different public transport opportunities to take you further afield to up to Aberdeen or Dundee, as well as down south to Leeds or Birmingham, or London is about 4 hours on the train. Here's some really pretty pictures around the city, very near to our campus. Glasgow is also one of the greenest cities in the UK, so you're never short of parks and places to hang out when you do get the good weather. The campus itself is located right in the heart of the city centre of Glasgow, so you're super close to all the shopping, fantastic restaurants, pubs, cafes. There's loads to do in the city, but you're also really close to both Queen Street Station and Central Station. And from there, again, you can get trains to other parts of Scotland and right down as far as London as well. This is just a picture of the center of campus. The green area in the middle there is going to become even more green. They're currently re-landscaping to offer just more chill out places outdoors, which is really exciting. We were founded in 1796. And our degree programs are very closely tied with industry. So in fact, many of our programs were created in consultation with different companies within different industries in order to prepare students really properly for leaving university and then going straight into a job. We're the winner of the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year award in 2019, and we also won this award in 2012. We're the only UK university to have won this award twice. We've got about 15,000 undergraduates on our campus, so a mid-sized university, and students from over 100 different countries. We have a long tradition of welcoming Americans to our campus, and we've got about 100 US students at various degree levels. Strathclyde's founder, John Anderson, actually used to accompany Benjamin Franklin on visits to Scotland, so we've been welcoming Americans for a very long time. We have 4 different faculties, or as you may refer to them in America, colleges, on our campus: engineering, science, humanities, and social sciences, and our Strathclyde Business School. We've got more than 200 degree programs and combinations on the campus, so you won't be short of choices. And because we're in Scotland, we are a 4-year undergraduate degree program. We also offer 5-year integrated master's programs, which include 4 years at the undergraduate level, as well as a 1-year master's. Our fees for study are about $22,000 for humanities and social science courses, up to about $31,000 for the lab-based degree programs. Glasgow is a fantastic place to live, but it's also one of the more affordable places in the UK. So if you're comparing it to London or Edinburgh, for example, it's much more affordable. Living costs are about $11,000 to $14,000 US dollars for a 37-week accommodation contract. We also offer a number of scholarships at Strathclyde between £2,000 and £5,000, and we're fully FAFSA accredited. We've recently done up our Strath Sports Centre, so it really is very much on par with what you'd expect from a US university. We even have professional teams that practice using our facilities because they're so good. So no excuse not to work out then. We've got over 100 different clubs and societies on the campus, so there's lots of opportunities to get involved in extracurricular activities. We've got dedicated further support services like the International Student Support, Disability and Wellbeing, and Study Skill workshops. And we also have a career services. Please check out our website. We've got further information specifically for US students. We are test optional going forward, started that last year, and very much going forward in the future will continue to be so. And we've got specific information about what we're looking for in terms of your high school transcript just on our website. And my contact details are there. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Shannon. All right, and now we're going to go over to Caitlin at the University of East London.
So hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me this evening. My name is Caitlin Banania and I am the Americas Recruitment Officer here at the University of East London. And hopefully you can see my presentation. I'm going to discuss studying at the University of East London and how it compares to studying in the US. So before I discuss studying in London, I first want to talk about London. This quote says, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life." And I really think that this quote captures the kind of beauty and essence that is London. London is a city filled with opportunities and excitement, and it's extremely diverse. You've got people from all over the world. And probably one of my favorite things about London is that you never know what's waiting for you around the corner. And I've been living in London for 3.5 years now, and I still haven't done everything that there is to do here. And I don't think there are that many places in the world that will offer you that. So this is a photo of our Docklands campus. We've got 3 campuses all set in East London. I would say that the Docklands campus is our main campus. As you can see, it is set in a residential setting. You've got houses and neighborhoods, lots of trees. We're also located right on the river. We are one of the few London universities with on-campus accommodation, so our students get to wake up to that gorgeous view. And we also benefit from having an on-campus tube station. And so it makes traveling London super easy. It connects us to the rest of the city. So we're set in the suburbs of London, but we're not too far from the city centre. So you do get the best of both worlds. And just some quick facts about UEL. University was founded in 1892 and we gained university status in 1992. We've got 17,000 students, 20% of which are international students. We've got a wide variety of subjects spread across 6 different schools. You can find all of the courses on our website. I would say that our biggest programs for undergraduate students in the US are business management, psychology, and biomedical science. And the University of East London prides itself on being London's careers-led university. We're very careers focused, and so throughout the majority of our programs, there's going to be opportunities for you to get involved in placements, internships, and to just gain industry experience alongside earning your degree. And just to compare studying at UEL versus studying in the US, the application is free. You can find this on the Common App, so you've literally got nothing to lose by submitting an application. We participate in rolling admission, which means that we aim to send you your decision within 2 to 4 weeks after you submit your application, and the deadline to apply is the end of July. The duration is 3 years, which is the standard in the UK. And tuition for the first year is just $19,000 US, and this includes the cost of textbooks. So you won't be expected to upfront the cost of any of your textbooks. So not only are you saving time, but you're also saving quite a bit of money as well. And so tuition for the entire degree is less than $60,000 US. And you're saving quite a bit of money by choosing to study in the UK, which is probably one of the reasons why we're seeing more and more Americans choosing to study in the UK. And just to talk about accommodation, so all of our rooms on campus are single occupancy, so everyone gets their own room, their own bathroom and shower, and the only thing you'll be sharing is the kitchen. So it's perfect, you know, if you love living in a social setting, but you also love having your own space. And accommodation starts at $8,000 per year, and meal plans are not compulsory, so your kitchen will be fully equipped and you'll be able to cook your own meals. We're also in walking distance to the local grocery store, so you're more than welcome to cook your own meals. But if you ever wanted to, I guess, not cook, we do have on-campus dining options available as well. And if you have any questions at all, do feel free to get in touch. My contact details are here. As you can tell by my accent, I'm American, I'm not British, and I actually studied in London myself. And I do realize that applying to colleges can be overwhelming, let alone colleges overseas. So if you have any questions about studying in London or what the transition is like moving from the US to the UK, I would be more than happy to share my experience. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. All right, and we're going to go back over to Emma at the University of Nottingham, and we're going to give the screen share another try.
I'll try again. Thank you, Danielle. Sorry about before. So I'm hoping you can see Welcome to Our World. I can see a green line around it, so I'll carry on. Thank you. My name's Emma. I work at the University of Nottingham and I'm the first point of contact for students from the Americas. Thanks for joining us and thanks to our hosts. So this is a whistle-stop tour of Nottingham and the university. So for those who don't know the university yet, bear with me, I'll just move on to the next slide. For those who aren't familiar with the UK, Nottingham is located in the heart of England. It's a vibrant, safe and friendly city, just 2 hours north of London, as you can see on the map. It has a great nightlife and it's an historic city, a UNESCO City of Literature. So you can explore the castle, caves and Robin Hood's home, Sherwood Forest, as well as lots of cultural venues and events around the city. We also have a local airport which offers low-cost flights to the rest of Europe and further afield. So you could fly to Barcelona, Prague, Venice or Verona for a long weekend, or travel further afield for longer holidays. And it's something that our international students love as well. Now, from a rankings perspective, the University of Nottingham is a QS World Top 100 university, a top 20 UK university, and a founding member of the Russell Group, which is the UK equivalent to the Ivy League. We rank 8th in the UK for research power and hold the highest award in teaching excellence, and that's thanks to our inspiring academics. So, for example, MRI technology was developed at Nottingham by one of our academics, Sir Peter Mansfield, who won the Nobel Prize for Medicine. And that was alongside Peter Lauterbur, who was an American chemist. So Nottingham has a really strong reputation for sports. We're really proud of our sporting achievements. University of Nottingham is Sports University of the Year for the second time in 3 years. We're also second in the British University and Colleges Sports League, but this award is not just based on our position in the Books League, it's also participation, inclusivity and our state-of-the-arts facilities. So there's really something for everyone, whether you're a competing athlete or whether you want to try something new and keep fit at your own pace. Nottingham has overseas campuses in China and Malaysia, and this provides a fantastic opportunity for our students to study part of their degree or the whole courses in any of our campuses. We have an alumni network in excess of 300,000. Again, this is a fantastic network, great opportunity to tap into potential career opportunities and advice from our alumni all over the world. Without a global pandemic, we would normally welcome around 47,000 students across all our 3 campuses, around 33,000 in the UK, and there are usually around 8,000 international students, including our exchange students. And we have many different partnerships and research and teaching across the world, including in the US as well. We have lots of US students on campus. So Nottingham is a campus university. As you can see, it's a beautiful green campus. It has won sustainability awards for the last 17 years, and you can see why. Many of the buildings around the outside are student dorms. You can live and walk to your classes, and there's a real sense of community on campus. So this has everything you need for your studies, libraries, cafes, lovely green spaces to study and walk. It even has a hotel, conference centre and a clinic and dentist. And you can take the free bus service around all our campuses in the UK as well. And it's only 15 minutes to the city centre. We have Jubilee Campus, which is the red building that you can see in the image on the top right-hand corner. That's home to our Business School of Education, Sociology and Computer Science, which is also an award-winning campus. And our Sutton Bonington campus is home to Biosciences and our purpose-built vet school. This is also very green in a rural area and only 30 minutes from the main campus. And it has a working dairy farm and a monthly farmers market. So it's definitely worth the visit on the bus service. And as I mentioned, we're a campus university, so there's dorms on every campus. Nottingham has these 5 faculties. So that's everything from finance, economics, pharmacy, medicine, all different kinds of engineering, law, sociology, to mention a few of our strongest subjects. Life sciences and medicine has a world-class reputation and is ranked 75th in the QS World Rankings. Pharmacy is the university's strongest subject. We're 5th in the world in the QS World Rankings, and it forms part of the university's history actually as a graduate from our School of Pharmacy and a group of researchers from a famous chain of pharmacies in the UK called Boots developed ibuprofen. We do offer several scholarship opportunities for high achieving undergraduate applicants from the Americas. They do include sports specific scholarships and packages depending on the level that you're competing. And for those wishing to complete their master's degree, which is only 1 year in the UK and England, you'll be eligible to apply for a master's scholarship as well. And you'll be pleased to know that Nottingham is a target university for employers and top 70 in the world for employability. So employers visit the university, deliver guest lectures and attend networking events to meet students. And our careers service offers lifelong membership as well.
Thank you very much, Emma, for working through the technology and for sharing with us tonight. And if you want to drop information in the chat for our audience members, that would be great. At this point, with just a little bit of time left, I want to ask our panelists, and I'll start back up with Jay at the University of Glasgow. If you can share, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, I think definitely the best piece of advice I could give students just, have your list of non-negotiables when you're applying to school. I think it's really important when you first start doing this list is, have your list of like your top 3 things that you know that you want. If you want to be in school in a city, if you want to be in school outside the country, if you want to go to a school with no more than 5,000 kids, you want to go to school that must have actuarial science. If you start to have your list of very specific things, because you're going to see a whole bunch of colleges and look at a whole bunch of them, and all sorts to be like, oh, I like this one, I like this one. But if you start sticking to a solid 3 or 4 important things that you know that you want, it'll help weed out the other ones.
Thank you very much, Jay. We'll go over to the University of Stirling for the same question.
Well, basically what Jay said, but I would also say that when you're applying, put realistic choices based on your grades, but also have some aspirational choices on there as well, because that can really push you in terms of like the qualifications that you're picking up at school. So, be realistic, have a couple of realistic ones, but do have some aspirational choices on whether it's your Common App or on your UCAS form.
Great advice, Sally. Thank you. Emma, same question.
Hi, thanks. I think in terms of advice, I would always say speak to a current student, speak to a student who's studying the same course, speak to a student from the US. They have first-hand experience and can share things that the students might not necessarily ask us. They'll be able to, they're living the same experience. So that's the advice I'd give.
Those are great points, Emma. Thank you. How about Shannon?
I would advise actually looking at the UCAS website. So the UCAS application form is the kind of common application form for the UK, and every single UK university is on it. But it also has a really good search engine, which allows you to put in the subject that you're interested in or a location that you're interested in, and it allows you to then narrow down your choices based on set criteria. So it's a really good resource when you're beginning your research. And then ultimately, it's a great tool for applying to UK universities.
Excellent, thank you. And Caitlin?
So one of the things that I did when I was a senior in high school applying to college, I actually didn't tell anyone that I was applying to the University of East London. I didn't tell anyone until I had actually made my decision to attend UEL. And I'm looking back, I'm glad that I did to my own.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. All right, so we're going to go to our second question here, which is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? We've heard so many great things about all of your campuses tonight. So Jay, we'll start back up with you.
I don't want to, if everyone says like an event tradition, we have a superstitious thing that happens on campus. So in the main building, it is separated into 4 quadrants, and these quadrants have pristine grass on them. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, and you can't play on it, you don't walk on it, because there is a superstitious fact that if you step on the grass, you will not graduate in the 4 years. So every student knows that you do not step on that grass. And at the end, you can go and take photos in front of things, and that's when students will step on the grass. But if you're at university there, don't step on the grass in one of those 4 quadrants, or else you will not graduate on time.
Very cool. Thank you, Jay. All right, and we'll go over to you, Allie.
Well, probably something that happens at Glasgow and Strathclyde as well. So on the 25th of January every year, we celebrate Burns Night, which is our national poet, Robert Burns. And it involves a lot of dancing, ceilidhs, haggis, which is a Scottish speciality that not everybody is keen on, and whiskey as well. So probably Burns Night.
Emma.
Oh, I think one of the best events has to be Welcome Week, because it's the week that the busiest week on campus. All students, or most of the students, have arrived. We hope that happens this year, fingers crossed. But it's just where everybody's trying something different. Everybody's meeting everyone for the first time, and there's just so much. There's a real buzz on campus, and it's one of my favourite events, and we can all get involved as well.
Excellent. Shannon.
One of the things that you can do just in the first week as part of our Welcome Week is to get a tour of all the amazing murals that are in Glasgow, but many of them in particular are really close to the Strathclyde campus. And they're just these unbelievable pieces of wonderful paintings on the side of some pretty interesting looking buildings to kind of spice them up and make them look better. But it is really fantastic artistic work in Glasgow that just really helps to make it the city. And the fact that it's so close to the campus is just really cool for students to see.
All right, and rounding out that question, Caitlin. But we might have lost Caitlin. I think a little tech difficulty, so no problem. We'll go back up to you, Jay, for our final question here. A little bit of a different question, but if you can give an interesting or a fun fact about your school, we'd love to learn a little more.
Interesting or fun fact about Glasgow, University of Glasgow. I think it's really interesting. The big thing I think interesting or fun fact, as I said it earlier, is that, you know, fourth oldest English speaking university in the whole world. So a lot of history there, so for someone who's really interested in, the main building, as you saw, looks like Harry Potter. The Harry Potter is filmed all over the United Kingdom. But again, it's absolutely stunning. So if you're someone who really enjoys that history and then the architecture, you're going to absolutely love going to Glasgow.
Allie.
I've got two fun facts. So one of the first fun facts is, like I mentioned earlier, we have an on-site cinema, and Stirling is very much Braveheart country. So if anybody's seen the film Braveheart, which was played by an Australian, it's poetic license because original Braveheart was actually a Scotsman. However, the world premiere of that film was actually at our cinema, which was on campus. And the other more recent fun fact is that Outlander was filmed on our campus.
They're all very cool facts, so thank you for sharing. We'll go to Emma and then we'll go over to Shannon.
Okay, so Nottingham is actually a really old university as well. It was first established in 1881, and we had a visit from Albert Einstein. He delivered a guest lecture, and the board with a chalkboard and all his lecture notes still exists and is in our university archives that you can request to see.
I wanted to tell you that because we did our sports center up, it is really fantastic and state of the art, and the professional Scottish basketball team, the biggest team, the Glasgow Rocks, practice in our gym, which I'm from America originally, but I've lived in Scotland now for about 20 years. And I have to say, I really miss my basketball. So if you come from America and you're missing your basketball too, at least you've got it on the Strathclyde campus.
Well, thank you all for sharing your facts and about your universities and organizations tonight. Caitlin is still experiencing some technical difficulties, so we're going to actually wrap here at the end. I just wanted to say again, thank you for everybody for joining, and to our attendees here, there's a quick survey after you close out here tonight. Please sign up for more sessions. And again, the recording will be available in about a week at strivescan.com/Illinois. Thank you all to everybody. We hope you have a great evening and stay well.